I have got an eyebrow weave. It's an eyebrow weave. I feel like I would look good bald. Buy a house or buy a wig. How much does it cost to be this beautiful? Hello there, beautiful people. I hope you are doing well. Yes, I'm about to come up on your screen looking like a Kinder egg, but still beautiful and fantastic. And I wanted to go ahead and have a real talk. And let's just talk about the cost of beauty in 2019. And I will shout out Estee Lauder for paying for part of this video as a paid ad. And I felt like it was a good idea for me to come up to you like raw and real. Edges slightly a bit more peppercorned than this right about now. I don't know if you guys have seen or if I've put it out yet, but I've basically been spending a lot of money on beauty treatments and I feel fantastic, from my permanent eyebrows, well, semi-permanent eyebrows, to my like spray tan, facials, massages, waxing, all this kind of stuff. And I had once got this comment which was like, the reason why you look good now is because you've got money. And actually, if you didn't have any money, you'd be ugly. And I was hurt, but it also made me reflect. So I thought I'll go ahead and talk about that, because I really think there's an element of, you know, having a bit of cash monies, having a little bit of finances to help you enhance really does make a difference. What is the cost of beauty? So we're gonna have a real talk and get glam. I'm gonna take you from this, like, I don't know what level, I'm gonna always say I'm 100, but let's be really, we're looking at 26% about now. This egg look isn't the most fantastical, but she's got some fresh wigs, she's got some fresh foundation. So why would I not look like $1 million? $1 million, darling. Right, so let's get into it. We can really talk about it. Let's be real. The majority of celebrities that you see, they often have that glow up. They go from looking like, some of them baby face, some of them no lipped, some of them no necked, to all of a sudden voluptuous eyebrows, eyelashes, lips, nose, neck, everything out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. I think that's one of the things that is fantastic about having a little bit of resources. You can glow up, but the question I have, is it really always necessary? Do some people think that people have an unfair advantage when it comes to things like that? Before I get into talking too much, firstly, I want to go into my foundation. I want to give a shout out to Estee Lauder, who are my sponsors. I love the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. This is an oldie but a goodie, and actually it's the UK's #1 foundation. Hello, darlings. I've talked about it so many times in the past. I know it's one that sometimes we don't always remember, but I love it for like full coverage but easy to use. Those of you who didn't know, Estee Lauder have 60 shades of foundation. It's full coverage. It really covers any blemishes. I'm gonna tell you right now, she's had an expensive facial and has amazing hormones going on. So guess what? Not a blemish in sight. When you go in store, you do not have to buy straight away. You can get a 10-day free sample if you ever wanna try out the foundation. So I went into store and I saw a girl who looked absolutely gorgeous, and she's kind of like my shade, and I was like, I want whatever you have going on. And I love going to counter because you get introduced to new stuff. So I went ahead and I picked up Deep Spice, and I also picked up Amber Honey. One thing I didn't know that this foundation has is a pump. So normally when I have this foundation, I'm like, put it on the back of my hand. One of the things that is a little bit of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but it has a pump as well, which is game changing. This foundation lasts from AM to PM. It stays in place like it says on the bottle. So this is nice and heavy duty if you like that kind of foundation. The reason why I bought 2 shades is because the girl at the counter was like, I love this shade for this, but this shade for this. I didn't need to do that. It's not essential. I feel like I can really wear Amber Lights by itself, but I love the way she had this like amazing contour going on, and I wanted to try out what she had going on. I'm gonna use a bit more Amber Honey around the middle, and then bit more spiced around the outside. Let's keep it very, very real right about now. Glow up can definitely happen when the bank balance increases. And I know some of you guys are like waiting for that bank balance to like reach reach that point in time and you're like, no, when is this gonna happen for me? In saying that, things can be done on a budget. And secondly, is it essential? Is there more than just how you look? And me going through all the treatments that I was just going through, it was literally not because I wanted to look better, but because I wanted to feel better. And like when I apply something like a foundation like this, it's not just because I need to cover all my blemishes, there's something wrong with me. But no, it's almost like this feeling of feeling worth it. As someone who was 100% the ugly duckling, like growing up, I really worked on honing in my confidence on things outside of my physical appearance. And that was something that made a huge difference to my life. I've got to say, I just love the way this foundation looks. Like I have coverage, but I still have skin. Like this looks exactly like me. Oh, it's so good. It's not because I need it, it's because I like it. Also, have a look at my eyebrows, people. I have got an eyebrow weave. It's an eyebrow weave. Listen, the way that beauty has developed in this day and age is absolutely amazing. I basically got extensions in my eyebrows. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Do sometimes when people have money, they do silly things that they don't really need to do? Yes. Who needs an eyebrow weave? Nobody. In saying that, there are people who have, say, alopecia or have had some maybe disorders or something where they can get restored confidence by having certain beauty treatments. And it's okay if you don't feel that confident straight off the bat, you know. Confidence is one of those things that you have to like build and grow with, and it takes time. It really does take time. And if you need to put on a flawless foundation to get there and have an eyebrow weave or microblading, then that's okay. Does beauty come at a price? And what does that price look like for you? Let me know in the comments, like what's the most expensive beauty treatment you have ever bought? I do not tell my husband how much I spend on beauty and stuff because he won't understand. He just won't get it. Look at that. Of late, I'm having to take down to my neck a lot because my neck has changed colors. But again, with this foundation, it does blend really, really seamlessly in so many different areas. This foundation is full coverage. It even contains SPF. It's 24-hour wear. It's oil-free. And as I mentioned, if you go to counter, you can get a 10-day free sample. As a budget princess who likes also spending money, I love the idea of try before you buy. Because you know what it's like in stores. Sometimes it looks good then, and then you come out and you're like, you know how much time saving I'm having by not having to fill in my eyebrows. But something in me wants to kind of just touch them just a little bit. I can use a little bit of brow powder. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my favorite, my little Benefit brow powder. I don't wanna pull the hairs that I paid for out. These cost me £50. These are the most expensive eyebrows I've ever had. Is it worth it? Kind of. The idea of waking up in the morning and getting ready without having to do anything. I want to get to the place where I literally wash my face with soap and put a bit of moisturizer on and I'm stunning. How much is that gonna cost? I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead with the concealer, also from Estee Lauder. And this is new to me. So I've used Double Wear many times, but not the Double Wear Radiant Concealer. I'm just gonna use this around my brows. Now the shade is 5N Deep Neutral. But to me, it's got some nice yellow going on in it. Hello. Oh, I can't lie. This looks seamless. Yes. To be honest, when it comes to having a flawless base, taking your time, having the right products, and just enjoying the process makes the most difference. And why I like this foundation is because it still looks like my skin, but it's got this like, I don't know, this like hue of glow that is just phenomenal. Like, oh, once my wig is on, you won't be able to tell me anything. Next up, I have the Jackie Aina palette. You guys have been attacking me like, Trisha, why haven't you reviewed the palette? You need to support your girl. Listen, I'm in England. We get everything so late in the game. I have been loving this palette. Every time you put it on, you see the coins, ding, 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 just in your face, making you feel amazing. I really like this shade here called Pinky Eye. I like really ready eye looks because they pop, and right now I feel like I want to look like a bag of money, seeing as we're having a real talk about this. So shout out to Jackie. This is an amazing collaboration. Not everything that is expensive is always good, but often you pay for what you get. Does that make sense? I like a bargain. You guys have seen me. I like a bargain here and there, but there are times where you're like, you know what? Invest in the good-ish. You don't need to break out. You don't need to have fallout everywhere. No, sometimes you are worth that investment. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use credit. I feel like credit is like a tiny name. Hi, how's your credit? This is a really great example of where something is a bit more cheap or a bit more affordable, but works amazing. Makeup Revolution are one of my favorites for that. This is the cut crease canvas. Makes such a big difference and really gives me that pop. Not that I need it, because this palette is super, super pigmented. And I'm gonna go with this eye shading brush and put in this color, Wigglies. Oh, Wigglies. Oh, you see that? You see that? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now let's talk about glow up, because realistically, some people's glow up hasn't happened yet. Not because it can't happen. They just might not have the resources to hit it. But resources don't just have to be financial, okay? Don't just think because you don't have the finances that you can't do it. No. That's what the power of the internet is all about, people. You come here, you find out all the cheap and cheerful tricks. You found out what products are actually worth investing into or not, and you learn. Ooh! Do you see how this makes me look like a pro? Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that concealer from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Radiant Concealer. This is really nice and yellow. I really like yellowy concealers. Now, what I don't want anyone to think is that I'm saying that you need these things to feel good or to look good. Nobody needs them, okay? But for those of you who wanna work on your self-improvement, inside first. I always say this. It's all about the inside. It's always about the mindset. Like, you need to know how to feel and look amazing, even if you've got £1 in your bank account. And you never want to be what so many people are nowadays: all fur coat and no knickers. That is the worst position to be in. And as the saying goes, oh my God, I feel like I'm here just with sayings. Cut your cloth according to your, what is it? Cut your cloth according to your size. Cut your cloth according to your size. And is it worth taking out a loan for a handbag? No. Is it worth going in debt for Instagram? No. I saw this video from someone who was like, I got into like $10,000 worth of debt because of Instagram. And I did think, well, more fool you, honey. Priorities, always prioritize. I'm gonna go ahead and put some mascara and lashes on. People can buy every makeup and every piece of clothing and hit every trend and have all the things on the outside sorted out, but still have no self-esteem. I'm all about the balance. I love the ish on the outside. I love it. But the inside is just as important. I've also got this little e.l.f. cheapy concealer that I love. I use this to contour. And I'm gonna go ahead and set under my eyes. Not too much. And I can use something like a translucent powder and then wipe off with the powder with color on it. The fact that I've sat here without a wig on as well is actually hilarious. But actually, I'm about to stop wearing wigs. Going to do a season of my real hair, so keep an eye out for that. From the eyelashes to the contour to the facials to the wigs, it racks up. It gets real expensive, okay, people? There are times where I'm honestly like, I don't know if it makes a difference. Whether it makes a difference on the outside, I don't really know. I think it's sometimes a lot like psychological. You think that you put this makeup on, you bought this thing, you've got this outfit, you feel better. It's not that you look any different. It's just in your head a lot. If you put yourself in the right frame of mind, you can slay. You can slay. I've got to say it. With great product, you can kind of slay harder. I'm not going to lie. Oh, and I've got to say, The price of beauty is getting more expensive. A good wig could easily set you back like 300, 400 quid. Oh, it's an investment. Buy a house or buy a wig. And a lot of us might just choose the wig. Oh, I feel cute as a button. I feel like I would look good bald. I've got the smallest head ever though. But let's put on Shelly. This wig's called Shelly. Me and Shelly are gonna have a moment and then I'll get back to you. All right, guys, that is me done. How much does it take to look this beautiful? Well, hopefully not too much, because you should definitely go in store and get your free 10-day sample from Estee Lauder to try the foundation before you buy. I look and feel like $1,000,000 at the end of that real talk discussion. Let's be real, like, how much does it take to be cute? To be honest, the answer is 0, because you're born that way. All right, darlings, I have you. But some of us like to spice things up a little bit. And you guys have seen me on my little pampering journey and enjoying myself. But I wanted to have a chat about that while trying some amazing products. I've got to say that the Double Wear Stay in Place foundation, it's one of the good ones that you know will work 24-hour life. And this palette is giving me the glow. I feel very much like a celebrity right now. And every penny is worth it, even for just that celebrity feeling for a moment. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. And in the meantime, I will catch you all later.
And if you have watched all the way to the end, I will thank Estee Lauder for partially paying for this video as a paid ad.